What's going on, guys? This is just a quick review of the Andar Apollo Wallet and their AirPods Pro Capsule Case. These units were provided by the manufacturer, and I will be doing my best to give my honest thoughts and opinions nonetheless. Feel free to skip ahead to whichever item you are most interested in as well, and I will leave timestamps for you to do that. Okay, so starting with the Apollo Wallet. This is a full-grain leather bifold wallet. You can see that on the front there is a slot for a card here. Opening it up, we have two more slots for cards inside. And in the middle, there is a money clip for your cash. And on this side, we have an ID pocket window. My favorite part of the wallet, though, is this elastic pull tab here, which will eject a card when you yank on it, of course. So sweet. The build is great on this thing. It smells good. After all, we all know that's what matters most, right? And it's got no shortage of features. How does this actually stack up in practice? Well, I have to say, I think the overall design fundamentals here are actually very good. Again, I really like this pull tab here, and it brings the card out just the right amount, and let's be honest, it's a great fiddle piece as well. Something else that no shortage of manufacturers screw up is the ID slot window. Putting a piece of plastic or mesh over this is simply not a very good idea, as it has a tendency to discolor or tear given time. So yeah, I'm really happy to see Andar taking the initiative here, as it's really just another part of failure generally. I really do like how streamlined this wallet is too. It's not quite as compact as something like the Dango wallet or maybe the Ridge wallets, but you also don't have to deal with metal parts smacking up against other stuff in your pocket. That was one of the big issues I had with the D01 at least, and I was always really careful about which flashlights I had in my pocket next to it because I had a bad tendency to scratch up against them. Now, that being said, as for critiques, I also do have a couple of them. Something that you'll note about this wallet is that there's quite a lot of RFID blocking material being used, and it's been woven all throughout the inside of the frame of the wallet. This has some good and bad implications. On one hand, you're not getting your info stolen anytime soon, but on the other hand, this is something of a cost-cutting measure. While I don't know exactly how much it costs to purchase RFID blocking material, I can practically guarantee you that it costs much less than full-grain leather. Now, my other issue with this wallet is this money clip here. It's held in purely by friction, and it can definitely come loose if you're opening the clip itself frequently. I don't think this presents a big issue in practical use unless you're, well, constantly taking out money and opening it up. And on the bright side, it is easily replaceable, but this is definitely something to take note of. Another small con to take note of is the pull tab itself. It's elastic, it's a moving part, so it's eventually going to fail. Personally, I think it's well worth the trade-off, but the longevity just isn't there relative to something like a simple pure leather tab. And again, I have to say, I really like this wallet. The design fundamentals are on point, the build is solid, and it's just a classy sucker in general. As for whether it's worth $60, I actually think that's right about where it should be priced, and Andar also runs sales pretty often too from what I've seen. So yeah, recommended. Okay, so let's discuss the other item I was sent. This is the Apple AirPods Pro Capsule Case, and honestly, I'm a little bit more on the fence about this one. Starting with the design fundamentals, they're quite clever actually. It uses friction at the lid of the AirPods Pro case as a lever, and there's soft padding inside the leather case to facilitate this smoothly. So yeah, not bad at all. My gripe here actually has to do more with the build. This supposedly uses full-grain leather, and it definitely might, but you'll note that the frame of the case is predominantly plastic. The actual amount of leather used for this case is significantly less than you might think. I'm even going to go out on a limb and say that these are strips of leather that have essentially just been glued to the plastic frame. While that's a very common practice, it does impress the notion of something less than refined in my opinion, and it's also got that chemical smell to it, which I can't say I'm a fan of. Now, value-wise, I was going to bash it until I took a look at what some of the other leather AirPods Pro cases are going for online. So on the contrary, I think this is still pretty reasonable for $35, although I would like to have seen a bit more actual leather being used on the case itself. And there you have it, folks. As usual, if you found this review helpful, be sure to smash that like button and to subscribe for future content, as it really does help the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and peace out until next time.